Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Beers by the Ivy. Today we're talking about the Bears and how pathetic the Chicago Bears have been this season. Beers by the Ivy, we're pretty much shoot the shit in Wrigleyville is our theme and have fun. But also we dived into the actual film and talk about football from more of a schematic standpoint as well. I just want to first start by a couple topics that I have before I jump into the offensive issues that I've seen. I'm going to go through the tape once again, but nonetheless, it's just the Bears. It's a culture thing. Right, you can't draft Trubisky and then draft Justin Fields and now draft Caleb Williams and keep telling me that it's these players. Yeah, do all these players have weaknesses? Yeah, but guess what? You drafted them. You should know the weaknesses and you should be able to coach the weaknesses out of them. So this is actually going to be a pretty pro player video and more anti the franchise itself, the leadership of the franchise. Every single year, the Bears have the same pathetic offense and sometimes a halfway decent defense and a halfway decent special teams. But this year, they got nothing. And we'll just start with two people. Polls. Why did you draft a receiver with your second pick? Every single good team in the National Football League, what is their formula? Quarterback, O-line, D-line, O-line, D-line. Then we can start talking about the cherry on top, the receivers. Okay, there's only been one franchise that broke that rule, and it was Cincinnati. And why didn't they win the Super Bowl? Probably because they're O-line. Now, and for the record, they drafted a generational talent at receiver. So maybe that's a loophole. O-line, D-line, O-line, D-line, quarterback. Those are the only positions that matter, truly matter in football. The trenches and who is carrying the rock. Who is your guy getting the ball from the center? All right, so you draft Caleb Williams. Great. Everyone feels good about Caleb Williams, right? Had a pretty good college career. Does he have some weirdness? Yeah, I hate the weirdness. That's personally why I probably would not have drafted him. All right, you can't be weird. Weird doesn't lead. Weird is never led, okay? If you want to be a leader, you got to be like Michael Jordan. Got to be like Reggie Miller. Got to be like Larry Bird. Straight to the point, work hard, nothing crazy about your life, kind of boring of a person, just a grinder, right? And then you can have people like Dennis Rodman who work with Michael Jordan, and Dennis Rodman can kind of be like a little weird. But to be a leader, nope, can't be weird. Got to be boring. Got to be Peyton Manning. Got to be Tom Brady. So that's the one thing. That was one knock on Caleb Williams, okay? The coach, Eberflus. Here's another thing, too. When you're picking a coach, you pick someone who is a savant. They have to be a savant at something. And there's only 3 categories that you can be a savant at in football. You ready for it? Here you go. Offensive savant, Andy Reid. Defensive savant, Bill Belichick. Or just a fundamental, incredible leader, Dan Campbell. Coach Signetti at IU right now. I did a whole video on that. Check it out on my channel, right? A guy who can really lead so great people want to work with that guy. And that guy can get a great offensive coordinator. And that guy can get a great defensive coordinator. But instead, you get Eberflus, who's just like, who would want to work for that guy? Who wants to hang out with that guy? He got a new haircut last year and people were like, oh, maybe he's cool. Well, was it cool 2 years ago? And then they get the flattest, dumbest offense. Let me list it out. This is the problems with their offense. You ready for it? Worst blitz pickups I've ever seen in the National Football League watching tape. Their blitz pickups, I will show you on tape, is so pathetic. Okay? Caleb holds the ball too much. And honestly, I don't really know. He did have a little bit of this in college, but I feel like he's getting coached to hold the ball. For me, I want my rookie quarterback slinging the rock because I want him to learn how fast DBs can actually get to certain spaces. And you don't know that until you sling the ball in a direction, in time, in rhythm, and you say, oh, okay, that defensive back could cover that ground. Now I know it. But if you hold on the ball and you don't learn about that timing between the receiver, the defensive back, and the ball flying through the air, then what are you doing? What are you doing with your rookie quarterback? Let the kid get out there and sling the rock. Receivers are jogging and not finishing routes. Zero offensive layups. What do great offensive coordinators do? They get easy yards. Same thing in basketball. Come out of a timeout, get an easy bucket. That's what great coaches do, right? Okay? That's what Andy Reid does. I mean, I have a whole breakdown. Their offense. Check it out. YouTube channel. I watched the Jets tape this year because they were so stiff. And I was like, this is the stiffest team in the NFL. And then I watched the Bears. I'm like, they're even worse than the Jets offense. Okay? Worse, like, extra protection play calls I've ever seen. When you keep people, close to the line of scrimmage, you keep your tight end and you keep your running back in, they have horrific play calls for that situation. And then lastly, every single route has to be earned. Wait, so let me restate that. Every single route needs earned separation. They don't use rub routes. They don't use anything unique to make sure that the receiver doesn't have to work so damn hard to get open. Offensive coordinator got fired today. Don't even know the guy's name. I think it was like Shannon or something like that, but well-deserved firing. And I hate to say that, but this whole regime is most likely going to be on their way out. All right, so let's jump into the tape now. Please consider liking and subscribing. I want to do a plug for my media company. Number one, I sell these hats, Beers by the Ivy. You can check them on my store, shop.joeyscottmedia.com. I'll put the link below. I got the Wrigley hat, or the Wrigley hat, and then I got the Beers by the Ivy color hat. But they're really awesome, and they're really comfortable and really cool. Shout out to people that bought them. So thanks for the support. Please subscribe, and you can also check out my other channel, Life Content. Joey Scott Media is my other YouTube channel. This one's about sports and though having fun. That one's more about personal growth. So whatever flavor you like, you got. All right, so let's jump into this puppy. See if I can get this going here. This play has been talked about and shown a lot. I saw Orlowski do something about this. I saw someone else on Twitter show this play, but let's just jump into it and give you my take. Great protection, great protection, great protection, great protection, great protection, great protection, great protection. He doesn't throw the ball. He just doesn't throw the ball. One more time. Here we go. All right, hat on a hat, hat on a hat, hat on a hat. Right there, throw it to him. Just sling it. Sling it to Swift, number 4, middle of the screen. Sling it, okay? And that's number 13. I don't even know who this guy is. But, dude, you got to know. You're in the National Football League. You don't sit on a route where you have the linebacker right below you. Keep effing running. You got to know. Even if the route was to sit in the middle of the field, you got to look and know, hey, I cannot sit here. Sack. Oh, my God. Really is good protection, though. It's great work up front. It's just disappointing you get that good of protection and you get sacked. Horrific. Hurts. That one hurts. Adunze, you got to catch that one, buddy. Caleb Williams slings this ball. A little chill for me, but he's a little chill behind the center sometimes. But he does sling it. Punt, by the way. All right, let's break this one down here. Watch 79. They're going to do a stunt inside. All right, so let me pause it real quick. All right, so we're watching 71, 79, Swift. These guys are working together here. All right, 90, whatever this is, slants inside. And 93 essentially puts an outside-inside move and just dog walks 79 the tackle. I mean, say what you want about Caleb Williams. This is incredible footwork, anticipation, in terms of you getting blitzed, right? He looks left, sees it out of his corner of his eye. Great footwork. Does a little jump out, gets his feet planted. Now he's ready to throw. Incredible technique. Way to go. Sling the rock. Just a good play by that linebacker. This is probably one of the dumbest plays of the entire game from the Bears. They got max protection. Has this play ever worked? I've ran this. I used to run this in like NCAA football when I was like 12 because I thought, oh, this might be good. No. Bringing the tight end, the running back has never worked in video games. It has never worked in the National Football League. It's never worked in college football. This formation does not work. Why? Because everyone comes to the line. It just becomes this giant heap of people. And guess what? That's not good for the offense. I'll show you what I mean. They literally, I'm pretty sure they changed the coverage to just go man on man. Look at this linebacker. Everyone's in there. He's like, I'll just chill out and try to do a quick little double team for no reason. I can't even tell if that was man on man. I think that didn't start man on man. It just got converted to man on man because no one was out there. There's only like 3 receivers. Like, oh, we'll just do man on man now. All right, you're bringing everyone in because you think, oh, we're going to get such good protection. No, you're not, dude. Everyone's crowding the line now. Look at this scrape by the linebacker over here, right at the top of screen, right above 65. He scrapes all the way across the field. Boom, taken. Okay, here's the thing that you got to know is that you still have to block a guy on a guy because right now the numbers are even. So if you're a tight end or a running back, you can't have a double team because if you double team, that just means the other guy's going to scrape across and have a free shot at Caleb Williams. And that's what happens. You look at the numbers. You know you can't double team. They're not going to sit back there. It's the National Football League. That's why this play is so dumb. I hope I explained it well enough. I don't know if I did, but just one more time. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I hate that formation. Spread your guys out. Get the ball out of his hand. This is what I'm talking about when I was talking about worst blitz pickups I've ever seen. This is exactly it. All right, so the Patriots are going to show a little bit of blitz, okay? That's great. All right, we got 24 on the line. 48's kind of moving around a little bit. 15's giving a fake. This is on Caleb, okay? Actually, I don't even know who this is on, but theoretically, there should have been a call before this ball got snapped, and pretty much the center should have said, I'm going to the left to pick up this linebacker, and 71, you take 95. And then they should have told 22, the running back, to pick up 24. They had enough guys to handle this, but the communication was so pathetic. We got a hat on hat. We have a double team for no reason. We picked up the linebacker. Really good job by the running back, because he had to, right? You take up the guy from the middle. It's a good play by the running back. All right, then we had a hat on hat, but then we had a free rusher. And they should have known that 22 or 24 out there was going to be the rusher because 15's got a receiver over him. So the odds that he comes are pretty slim. But 24, there's no one over there. There's only one receiver to Caleb Williams left. They don't call it out. There's no communication. Straight run from a corner. He's going to be there in 1.5 seconds. Almost a safety. Just pathetic football. They got to be better. Yeah, certain plays just don't fit the mold, and this one is one of those. You try to run a screen, but this play kind of feels like the Bears are like thinking like, oh, we just do this and it'll work. Like they don't have to worry about the defense. Like if we just jog over, DJ Moore will be open. This will be perfect. Oh, nope. Just come on. Trying to let a few of these play without me stopping. Okay. Okay. Good route there. Good throw. Way to go. Still had to be earned, though. 13 had to run a pretty damn good out route to get that much separation. Too much pressure on the offensive guys. Where's the offensive coordinator? Where's the layups? DJ Moore. Number 2 of the screen. This is what I'm talking about where he's like jogging. Dude, run for your quarterback. He sees you. He sees you. He sees you. He sees you. He's waiting for you. He's waiting for you, number 2. He's waiting for you. He's waiting for you. You're jogging. You're jogging. Get to the sideline. Get to the sideline. Oh, man. See his reaction. God, come on, dude. You're jogging. You're jogging. You're jogging. You're jogging. Come on, DJ Moore. You're better than that. All right. Pretty good protection. Just if DJ Moore literally put his foot in the ground and ran, probably would have been 8 yards. Caleb Williams would have hit him on the sideline. And guess what? If that safety would have bit on that play, then he would have hit the guy deep. I think this is as good as the entire offense could have done. I think this is just a terrible play call. It's just, man, this takes a lot to develop here. For a guy to run 10-yard out, that's just a far throw. And he slings it. Caleb Williams slings this ball because you watch it from this angle here. There's got to be an easier way to play football. I don't see Patrick Mahomes stand there for 3 seconds and throw a 25-yard out. And Caleb Williams, like, that's their whole offense, is these plays that just seem so difficult. Yeah, I could have maybe thrown it earlier, probably, but I don't know. He pretty much sets his feet. He pretty much throws this ball once the guy turns. And he leads them too. I think that's as good as Caleb Williams could have done there. Just a rough play call. Really rough play call. All right, guys, so that's the analysis. I just feel like hard to blame the players on this one. I think you really got to, yeah, the players can do things differently, right? But at the same time, it's an organizational failure for the Bears, and we want the Bears to be good. All right, the National Football League needs the Bears to be good. It's a great franchise and the best city in the world, especially the best summer city in the world. So we need the Bears to get good, and this is just terrible. This is just low standards and frustrating. Gotta improve. All right, that's all I got. Thanks, guys, for checking out this video. Please consider subscribing. I'm almost at 130 subscribers. Isn't that incredible? 129 today. All right. Appreciate the support, everyone. Just so pumped to be here, and thank you so much for checking out the content. I'll keep it coming. Talk soon. We out.